Hi guys, this is Wesley Morgan running for United States Senate in Kentucky against Mitch McConnell. I wanted to go live and go over this appointment issue about the president's appointments and about Mitch McConnell refusing to recess the United States Senate in order for the president to fulfill his fill up all of his vacancies that he has to make, and Mitch McConnell is blocking that. And I'm showing you here an article in the paper that says McConnell dismisses Trump's call to adjourn Congress to make federal appointments. Now, he refuses to officially recess the Senate to allow President Trump to fill his vacancies. Some nominees have been waiting for the president's entire term since he was sworn into office on January the 20th of 2017. So this is not a good thing, and I want everyone to know and understand what is going on with Mitch McConnell and how he is trying to back actually destroy the president, and he does not back the president at all. And it says President Trump raised the possibility that he could invoke Article 2, Section 3 of the Constitution to adjourn Congress in order to make recessed federal appointments, a never-before-used presidential power that Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell of Kentucky suggested he would not support. Why? Why would he not support that? Think about that. Why would Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, why would he be obstructing President Trump, and why would he not be filling his appointments? Now, I'll go back here to let's see here. I'll go back to StreamYard and bring me back into it. Now I want to show you the Constitution. I'll show you exactly what the Constitution is. People act like, oh, you know, he can't get Pelosi to do the recess. The Constitution does not require that the House of Representatives do anything. Let's look at the Constitution. The Constitution of the United States, Article 2, the Executive Branch. Section 2, Powers of the President. Paragraph 3, Filling Vacancies. The President shall have the power to fill up all vacancies that may happen during the recess of the Senate, not the House, the Senate, by granting commissions which shall expire at the end of their next session. Now think about that, ladies and gentlemen. Think about what Mitch McConnell is doing. All he has to do is recess the Senate. And he keeps someone in there to gavel in and gavel out every day, and has done that consistently since January the 20th of 2017. So why would he do that? Because he does not want to see the president succeed. Now let me tell you about some things here about Mr. McConnell. See, I have something DirecTV has come up. Let's look at what I've been saying over the last year. Mitch McConnell, the First Amendment, fake news created by Harry Reid and Mitch McConnell. In 2012, Mitch McConnell and Harry Reid, they did the Smith-Mont Modernization Act. They slipped it into the 2013 National Defense Authorization Act. The Smith-Mont Act was passed in 1948, and it prohibited and made it illegal to put propaganda, government propaganda, in the news media in the United States. And our buddy Mitch McConnell and Harry Reid slipped into the 2013 National Defense Authorization Act the repeal of that law. Why? Why would he want to repeal a law that made it illegal to put in fake news into the news media? Someone have Mitch to explain that. So by taking and making that Smith-Mont modernization, by changing that law and making it, removing the illegal aspect of propaganda in the American news media, to quote John Hudson of Foreign Policy magazine, for decades a so-called anti-propaganda law prevented the United States government mammoth broadcasting arm from delivering programming to American audiences. But on July the 2nd, that came, and that's July the 2nd of 2013, that came silently to an end with the implementation of a new reform passed in January. The result, an unleashing of thousands of hours per week of government-funded radio and TV programming for domestic U.S. consumption in a reform initially criticized as a green light for U.S. domestic propaganda efforts. Ain't no wonder that the fake news has been beating the president to death since he was elected and since he got in office. So that's one of the issues that Mitch did. Now let's look at another one. In 2016, the president was elected on November the 8th of 2016. And December of 2016, Mitch McConnell personally slipped into the 2017 National Defense Authorization Act, House Bill 5181, a bill that was co-sponsored by Ted Lieu, one of the biggest liberal congressmen out of California. And that bill, called Countering Foreign Propaganda and Disinformation Act, created a $160 million slush fund to be used by the Broadcasting Board of Governors to censor conservative content in social media. But that's not all it did, ladies and gentlemen. Let's tell you what else it did. Mitch McConnell, he abolished the Board of Governors, which was made up of 4 Democrats and 4 Republicans, with the Secretary of State being the 9th member of that board. And he wiped them out. And he put in there one director. Now, we're going to get to this, and this is really important, because when I get done here, I'm going to play a video by the president, and you're going to see what Mitch McConnell has done to the president. So when he changed that board and put in one director, because they changed the law before the president became president, Barack Obama got to appoint that director of the national news media, who has been more or less cooperating with all the fake news and letting all this bashing of the president go on for the worst you have ever seen in American history. You have never seen a president treated as bad as the news media has treated our president, Donald Trump. But it's all because of Mitch McConnell. Now, what he did when he changed that is, like I said, he created a one director of that National Board of Governors, or Broadcasting Board of Governors, and Mitch allowed Barack Obama to appoint that director. And to this date, and you'll hear the president talk about it, to this date, Mitch McConnell has refused to confirm the director of the Broadcasting Board of Governors. Pitiful, people. Pitiful. And if you can't see through this, then you can't see through anything, to be quite honest with you. Why has McConnell not confirmed the president's nominee as director of Broadcasting Board of Governors that oversees the mainstream and social media? Why has he not? Now, let's talk about judges, because he always, my policy is leave no vacancy behind. Well, he would have not had any vacancies if he would just recess the Senate, and the president could have filled every one of those judgeships, could have filled every one of that, any ambassador, and he also could have filled that director of the Broadcasting Board of Governors, and the president would have had all these people, all his appointees would have been there to help the president try to work us out of the biggest mess we've ever been in the history of this country. Now, to show you how Mitch plays both ends, in 1993, Mitch McConnell confirmed liberal Ruth Bader Ginsburg's nomination to the United States Supreme Court. Did you know that? The most liberal Supreme Court justice probably in history. And the second most liberal Supreme Court justice, Mitch McConnell, voted to confirm liberal Stephen Breyer's nomination to the United States Supreme Court. Can you believe that? He did that too. If McConnell is such a supporter of confirming conservative judges in the United States judicial system, then why does he not adjourn the United States Senate during the recesses so that the president can appoint all his judges, not one or two, not 10, not 100, not 200, all of them. All his ambassador appointments as recess appointments. Why McConnell would have someone gavel in the Senate every day while the senators are on leave in their states. Harry Reid did exactly what Obama, he did the exact thing for Obama. He allowed Obama to fill every one of his positions in recess appointments. Also, why has McConnell not confirmed the president's nomination? Like I said to the director of the board, Broadcasting Board of Governors, the current director is an Obama appointee director. McConnell changed the boards in 2016 through the HR 5181 from 4 Republicans, 4 Democrats, and the Secretary of State being the 9th member. So I rest my case. I rest my case that Mitch McConnell is not a supporter of President Trump. Now let's see. Let's go to the video and watch the video. Now, this video is about 6 minutes long. So we're going to go to it, and I'll bring it up, and then let me get this off. And let's see here. We will go. And now I'm going to go to the video. I'm going to play the video, and when the video gets done, I'll come back. Okay, start the video.
And they do that. It's incredible. We have thousands of people that are doing that. They recover. They feel they have an obligation because they've gotten such great care. And a lot of them didn't think they were going to make it. As the entire U.S. government works to combat the global pandemic, it is absolutely essential that the key positions at relevant federal agencies are fully staffed, and we're not allowing that to take place through our Congress. They're just not giving it to us. We have many positions that are unstaffed because we can't get the approvals. The Democrats are holding this up. We cannot get approval. We've gotten judges because we go through the process. I guess we're up to 448 federal judges, and that we've gotten because we focus on it. We take the maximum time because no matter who the judge is, they take vast numbers of days and hours to approve, and leaves no time left for others. Very unfair system. If a judge is going to be approved in 1 hour in one session, it doesn't matter. They'll take the maximum number of hours and days, you're talking about days, to get one judge approved. And we're close to 250 judges, but because of the way they're doing it, there's no time for anybody else, and many of these people have been waiting for 2.5 years. We have a couple that have been waiting for longer than that. There are currently 129 nominees stuck in the Senate because of partisan obstruction. Many are nominated for vacancies that must be filled to assist with the coronavirus crisis and the resulting economic challenges. And I've read over the couple of years, well, I didn't fill positions. I don't fill positions. In some cases, we don't need the position, and I'm all for that. But in many cases, you do, but we can't get them approved by the Democrats. They won't release them. The positions include the Director of National Intelligence, 2 members of the Federal Reserve Board of Governors, the Assistant Secretary of Treasury for Financial Markets of the United States, and the Undersecretary of Agriculture responsible for administering food security programs. And Sonny Perdue, who's going to be speaking today, is saying, please, can I have this man, can I have this particular person approved as soon as possible? He's been telling me that for a long time, and the Democrats won't allow it to happen. Again, every single judge, every nominee we have goes through maximum, or at least they go through a long process. So it takes days and days, and there's no time left, and it's just a concerted effort to make life difficult. An example is Michael Pack. He's my nominee for the CEO of the Broadcasting Board of Governors, and he's been stuck in committee for 2 years, preventing us from managing the Voice of America. Very important. And if you heard what's coming out of the Voice of America, it's disgusting. The things they say are disgusting toward our country. And Michael Pack would get in, he'd do a great job, but he's been waiting now for 2 years. Can't get him approved. The Senate has left Washington until at least May 4th. The Constitution provides a mechanism for the President to fill positions in such circumstances. The recess appointment, it's called. The Senate's practice of dabbling into so-called pro forma sessions where no one is even there has prevented me from using the constitutional authority that we're given under the recess provisions. The Senate should either fulfill its duty and vote on my nominees, or it should formally adjourn so that I can make recess appointments. We have a tremendous number of people that have to come into government, and now more so than ever before because of the virus and the problem. We have to do it, and we have to do whatever we have to do. It made it very, very difficult to run government. I don't think any administration has done anywhere near what we've done in 3.5 years. But every block, every week, they put up roadblocks. Whether it's Russia, or whether it's impeachment hoax, or whatever it may be, it's always roadblocks and a waste of time. If the House will not agree to that adjournment, I will exercise my constitutional authority to adjourn both chambers of Congress. The current practice of leaving town while conducting phony pro forma sessions is a dereliction of duty that the American people cannot afford during this crisis. It is a scam what they do. It's a scam, and everybody knows it. And it's been that way for a long time. And perhaps it's never done before. It's never been done before. Nobody's even sure if it has, but we're going to do it. We need these people here. We need people for this crisis, and we don't want to play any more political games. I've been waiting for 2.5 years, 3 years for some of these people. And they're great people. They left law firms, they left jobs. They gave up everything to do it, and they've been waiting for 3 years, 2.5 years, 2 years, 1 year to get approved. It's ridiculous. And everyone knows they're going to be approved. But there's only so many hours in the day when you go through judges and you go through lengthy hearings on judges that they know should be approved immediately, and they could do it in one session, and they could do it in 1 hour. And instead it takes them many days. In order to advance the health and security of our nation and all.
Guys, it's obvious what's going on. Mitch McConnell could single-handedly allow the president to put every one of his appointees in. Could have done it from day one. Could have done it on January the 21st, 2017. But he refuses to do it. And I'll go back one more time, go back to the Constitution. Constitution of the United States, Article 2, the Executive Branch, Section 2, Powers of the President. Paragraph 3. All you got to do is look it up. Paragraph 3. Filling vacancies. The President shall have the power to fill up all vacancies that may happen during the recess of the Senate. Just the Senate. He was wrong. He don't need Nancy Pelosi's approval. They could care less if Nancy Pelosi went along with it or not. All we needed under the Constitution is for Mitch McConnell to adjourn the Senate. And he refuses to do it. And in the article, he said he wouldn't do it. So, by granting commissions which shall expire at the end of their next session. So, if Mitch McConnell had recessed the Senate in 2017, all of these recess appointments, they could have confirmed them, took their time and confirmed them, whatever, and they still would have been good through 2020. Think about that. Think about that for one moment. And this is what this guy has done, and he is doing nothing but obstructing the President of the United States. And we all know what kind of problems that we're in. We all know what's happening to us. And we all know that Mitch McConnell's part of it. Mitch McConnell's part of the deep state. There's no question about it. He's been there too long. Been there 36 years. Part of the deep state. Now I'd like to go back one more time and show you this article. I believe that article is still there, and show you again. So make sure you don't miss out. McConnell dismisses Trump's call to adjourn Congress to make federal appointments, even though some of them have not been confirmed after 3.5 years. Ladies and gentlemen, if that's not obvious to you what Mitch McConnell's doing, if you support President Donald Trump, this tyrant, Mitch McConnell, needs to go. He needs to go as soon as we can get him out, because all he does is obstruct the president. And that's all he does. And the president, even the president avoids saying anything about him, because Mitch McConnell's always standing there holding that impeachment thing over his head, because Mitch McConnell's the Senate Majority Leader. Oh, man. If you all cannot see this, if you can't see it, I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, that's the broadcast for tonight. We'll say this. We can beat Mitch McConnell easily. We need 1 million people across the entire United States of 370 million people. Send $10 or more to go to morganforsenate2020.com. We need 1 million people to donate at least $10, and we will send Mitch McConnell packing. morganforsenate2020.com. Let's retire this tyrant and send him wherever he needs to go, because he is doing nothing but obstructing the President of the United States and preventing him from returning this government back to a republic and back onto the Constitution. Thank you all very much, and good night.